What's going on, guys? Rachel Line here. I want to start this off by first saying, no, I'm not dead. If you know, you know. Seriously, though, I'm sorry for not uploading. I've been, honestly, hardcore slacking. Also, ignore this. I was not honestly planning on recording this video tonight, but I know I kind of promised to you guys that I would, so we're here. This is my, and also this is my immediate reaction. Uh, so we're, I guess I'll somewhat touch on the fights that I already touched about. Fareed Basharat got that one right. Fareed by decision. Excuse me. Patchy mix. I don't even remember what I said, but him losing is crazy. By the way, my stepmom got back from Vegas today, and like in the middle of the card, and showed me a video of Patchy mix that she had taken. Anyways, Jusung Yu, sad to watch. He was pretty dominant in the first round, in my opinion. I mean, you can see the striking. But I mean, he leaves his chin up there. You know, he leaves his chin up there, and congrats to Daniel Santos. Like I said, he's a lot more proven in the UFC, so not too surprising that he capitalized on Ju Sung Yu's mistakes, but hopefully he comes back better. Tristan Vines, they actually have a picture of him up now. That was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, we all, like I said in my prediction video, it was a lamb to the slaughter. You know, it was not going to, it was never going to work. But I did put $10 on him because I mean, when I put the $10 on him, he was a plus 1100. Oh no, he was plus 900. But I remember I first started thinking about it whenever I saw he was plus 1100, and then I put $10 on him when he was plus 900. Because I mean, you never know. Anyways, getting on to the main card here. Joe Pyfer, salty man, from Philly. Put Philly on his back. First round is looking a little tricky. It was looking hairy. And then he activated some sort of, very salty man powers. He pulled the salt from deep within and took on, like I said, the physical embodiment of Philadelphia. I think I called a second round knockout in this fight. Second round submission, which was crazy, but still happy. He landed a big shot, wobbled a boost, I'm pretty sure, and then dropped it. Tonight was a crazy card, so my mind's kind of hazy. Yusuf Zalal, I think I had Yusuf by decision. So first round verbal tap, guillotine, or not guillotine. Sorry, there was a armbar. Crazy good, crazy. He's looking very, very nice. This was the battle of the two Ilya Taporia survivors, and Yusuf made quick work of Josh Emmett. Anyways, on to Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. This fight, go back and watch my prediction. This fight was incredible. Very, very hyped. Perfect prediction. Third round knockout for Yuri. Khalil, it looked like the first two rounds he was able to kind of, his technical defensive striking was kind of, I don't want to say shutting down because Yuri was still getting in there. He was still getting close, but it looked like the technical boxing or the technical striking of Khalil was kind of keeping Yuri at bay. But I remember Yuri landed that stiff jab at the end of the second round, and it cut Khalil's right eye. And then as soon as the round ended, Khalil went and draped himself over the cage, and I thought, man, he looks exhausted. I actually texted Braden, and I said, he looks exhausted, but I do think it's 2018 to Khalil right now. And then he came out, and then Yuri came out in the third round, and the first exchange they had, Khalil won it as well, in my opinion. I thought that he got the best of that, but then Yuri just kept putting pressure and pressure and pressure, and that knockout was, I went ballistic. That is fight of the year, without a doubt. That is incredible, perfect prediction. Third round knockout for Yuri. Anyways, moving on to the co-main event: Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. This fight was, I was puckered the entire fight. If you know, if you catch my drift, if you're smelling what I'm stepping in, which is an idiom, by the way. But man, this fight was the thing going into this fight that scared me was Merab trying to prove a point too much. That was what I was worried about because he was saying this stuff about I'm gonna knock him out, I'm gonna knock Corey Sandhagen out and stuff, and kind of similar to the. I mean, it's different because everyone's gonna say. I saw a lot of people saying beforehand this is just like Bilal saying he's gonna show those Canelo hands against JDM, and then whatever. But I mean, Bilal, as much as people don't want to admit it, Bilal was still attempting takedowns. JDM was just stuffing them, or he was just getting back to his feet immediately. Which Corey, great takedown defense. Not necessarily great takedown defense, but just his ability to get up from being taken down, very nice, and his cardio looked great. Corey's cardio looked great. That second round, very, very tricky. I was actually like, what is happening? And this is what I'm talking about, where it worried me of Merab trying to hunt the knockout too much and not just taking his, what opportunities were presented to himself. Because, I mean, if Merab wanted to, he could have, I do believe in that second round, he could have thrown up a submission on Corey and submitted him. But he was so focused on getting the TKO, and to his credit, he got very, very close. Very dominant win. Corey won the first round, but it was pretty close round. Hey, who saw in the second round, beginning of the second round, Henry Cejudo say, 10-9 round to Corey Sandhagen, upset alert? He still hates Merab so much because he knows deep down inside Merab is more Mexican than him. Anyways, this 20 out of 37 takedowns, 10 minutes of control time. What is that? 117 takedowns in his career now. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Love Merab. Glad he got it done. Hopefully they book that Petr Yan fight in December. And yeah, we'll see the winner of the Umar versus Mario Batista, right? We'll see the winner of that. And yeah, they'll hopefully take on Petr versus Merab, the winner of that. Anyways, moving on to the main event. I mean, not much to say here. This is the one fight on the card that I got wrong, but I can't even be too upset about it. I'm not a big fan of Alex Mejida. I know. Ooh, all those fangirls are gonna attack me. But I'm not a big fan of him. I think his resume is very overrated. But I will give him his flowers. I will give him his credit. Very, very beautiful. The pressure from the opening bell. Landed a crisp right hook right on Magomed's ear and definitely threw off his equilibrium. Magomed shot. Didn't get it because, I mean, his body's just kind of turned off for a second. And then Alex rolled on top of him and, rained down some elbows and punches. None of them were really breaking through, not really damaging Magomed, but Magomed, hey, buddy, if someone's on top of you and they're punching you repeatedly, don't just sit here and do this. Like, do some sort of movement. Do some sort of movement to show that you are still alive. Because, like I said, they weren't damaging shots. That they were hitting the gloves. He was blocking. I mean, they're hurting his wrist probably, but they're not hurting him. They're not throwing him more out of whack. Those bodies, elbows, those 12 to 6 elbows to the body definitely hurt. But yeah, I mean, congrats. In my opinion, I already gave what I think happens here, and I can kind of loop these two in together. I think Khalil. Sorry, buddy. It's back to the apex for you. Yuri, I think do Yuri versus Magomed. They have their beef. Let them settle it, and then do Alex versus Carlos Ulberg. Uh, I would say Yuri is more deserving of another title shot right now. However, he's already been knocked out twice by Alex, and I'm sorry, I don't see him. I'll still cheer for him if we have Pereira versus Prohaska 3. I will still be cheering for Yuri, but I think that he will probably get knocked out again pretty early, and so don't really want to see that fight right now. Do Yuri versus Magomed and do Alex versus Carlos Olberg. Winner of this one fights the winner of this one. Perfect. Joe Pyfer. Give him obviously some sort of ranked opponent, some sort of top 15, top 10, number 10 opponent, whatever. And then Yusuf Zalal. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people might hate me for this. Do Volk versus Lerone Murphy. Do that fight. And then for Yusuf Zalal, do either. I'm thinking honestly, do Diego Lopez. He's on a what is that? We're not counting these fights. He's on a 5-fight win streak in the UFC. Billy's decent, pretty shit. Jack Shore, decent. Calvin Kattar, this was a little bit disappointing of a fight, but he still won. And then great submission of Josh Emmett tonight. I think do Yusuf Zalal versus it's just blank my mind. I already said it. Do Yusuf Zalal versus Diego Lopez, or maybe Yair. Put him against somebody that's in the top 6, 7. That was accidental. Anyways, this is getting brain rotty. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a great card. Fight of the year, 1000%. Yuri versus Khalil. Fight of the year. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I will upload more consistently. I will try to at least. Yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. And peace.